What's up, guys? It's Judah and Jesse. Hit that whoa! It is in a few weeks. We are gonna have Easter, and I just got back from vacation, Jesse.
Yep.
It was a well-earned vacation. It was nice. It was fun. It was refreshing. But I'm glad to be back.
You know, I'm glad you're back.
Thank
I don't
you.
know why I grabbed your arm.
Oh, thank you.
Judah, what is your favorite Easter tradition?
My favorite Easter tradition, I don't do it anymore, but as a kid, my dad and my parents would hide eggs in our backyard. And they would hide $5 or $10 or even $20 in a golden egg.
Snap.
Now, sometimes it'd be money, it would be candy, or they would freaking juke us out and it would be a piece of vegetables.
Nice.
Piece of vegetables, candy, no.
Judah, so one thing about Easter that I've always wondered is, you know how we have like Easter eggs, right? You were saying the golden egg.
Yeah.
But we have the Easter bunny. But bunnies don't lay eggs, so chickens lay eggs. So where's the Easter chicken?
And actually, there's some interesting facts about the Easter Bunny. Funny enough, there was a folklore in Pennsylvania about the Easter Bunny. Some kids thought they saw a bunny laying some eggs. And so the folklore is these kids would make a nest, and so the bunny could lay its colorful eggs in the nest. Isn't that funny, Jesse? Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
But the other reason why the bunny is being used in Easter is because bunnies actually represent new life.
When the YouTube channel launched a few weeks ago, I put out a challenge to the kids in Lancaster that if we got 100 subscribers, then we would throw old Russell here off the roof. So, I mean, we hit 100 subscribers in like 3 days. So
Only 100 subscribers? That's kind of lame. That's easy. That's not really a challenge at all. How about this? How about 173 subscribers? Here we go.
talking about new life and the fact that there's no Easter chicken, you know, new life really is the point of Easter. It's not all about eggs and bunnies and chocolate and Reese eggs. To go all the way back to the beginning of time, in Genesis, Adam and Eve lived with God in harmony.
Yeah.
But then they were tempted to sin and they fell to that temptation. They sinned, and sin is what actually separates us from God.
And them sinning actually affected all of us. And so you probably say, oh, thanks, Adam and Eve, for messing it up for us. But,
Yeah, right.
but more than likely, you sinned yesterday. And so it's like you already sinned against God, and therefore that relationship's already cut off, or would have been cut off for you.
Right.
And so there was nothing that we could have done. That's the sad part about this, was that we messed it up, but we couldn't bring it back together. And it was like, what do we do? How do we get this relationship back?
Yeah, and that's really kind of the scary thing when you think about it, is there's nothing we can do about the penalty of our sin. Romans teaches us that the wages of sin, or basically what sin earns, is death. That is why Easter is so important, because what actually happened on Easter was, you know, Christmas story, Jesus came to earth, was born of a virgin, was fully God, fully man. But what happens at Easter is Jesus actually takes on the penalty for that sin and dies the death that we deserve.
Yeah, it's the greatest love story ever, because we could have, like we said before, we couldn't do anything about it. And so he came down and he paid that price for us. There had to be a sacrifice, and Jesus came down and was that sacrifice for us. And that's the thing that's just so beautiful about Easter. And that's why we're so excited about Easter, is because it's like, there's a new beginning for us. It's almost like new life can happen any day. When you had a bad day, you did something wrong, you messed up, you can remember that there's new life in Jesus and that he paid for that for you already. So it's like every day you can start new, and that's beautiful. And that's why we celebrate.
You know, there's a thing called Good Friday, which is the Friday before Easter, where that's the day that we remember that Jesus actually died, that he died for our sins. He paid that penalty But Easter is actually not the celebration of his death, but it's actually the celebration of his resurrection.
Yeah.
Because not only did Jesus die the death that we deserved, but he also came back from the dead, meaning that, just like you were saying, is that we can be raised to new life as well.
Yeah.
In the same way that he paid the penalty for our sin, he paved the way for us to have new life.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, his arm.
Well,
Did you get that?
yeah, dude.
Well, he's already falling apart.
We'll throw his arm off separately.
Yeah.
The fun part is gonna be getting Russell up this sketchy dark ladder.
Well,
Oh, there goes that idea. So, Judah,
yes.
what's the problem that we're running into?
Well, there's old Locky Poo on
Locky Poo up there?
up on the door up there, and we don't have the key.
Ah.
So, Russell is saved for another day, Russell.
At least for now, Russell.
At least until we find the key.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just had a brilliant stroke of genius. We're pushing Russell back down to the youth room, and we realized that there's quite a big drop right here. I mean, it's not the roof, but it's pretty big. So I say we just heave Russell off of this and see what happens.
All right, here we go.
All right, Russell. You have any final words? Well spoken. I hope you make it, buddy.
I can't believe we're doing this.
Dude, he's heavy. All right. See you, dude.
I think he survived. Russell. Yeah, I lost an arm, but that's
Speak to me.
That's nothing new. Oh, look at him.
Oh, good as new.
Yeah.
Well, just put your arm back on.
Yeah, you never would have thought he thought I would fly the stairs. Gosh, he shrunk. What happened? He's so short now.
He's gone back to being a child, Mom.
He went back in time.
Gotta get back in time.
So that's it for this week, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all next week.